Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video update. Alright, let's start first and foremost, really quickly. Battle Pass is going to be ending soon. Be sure and claim everything you do before you log off. If you're playing the game right now, obviously, you shouldn't already be paying attention to this kind of thing, but I'm just putting this out as a reminder. This is a collect all, use it or lose it scenario when it comes to the end of a Battle Pass before the start of a new one. So claim everything that you're going about doing throughout the entire week. Alright, so then on to the next thing. We have little storyline teasers right here. It's time, sister, you might want to start packing up. Stay Sealed is back if you made your way to the end of the storyline, that is. This is what we're getting little snippets of, and that will lead me into the segue of the next thing here. Over there is that one. Leads me into the next one over here. We have, here we go, right here. Traveling Merchant, right here. Inspection is this going to require. Those woods past Ensteg. They've always been fearsome, spiders creeping, wolves howling. But there's something evil in that forest now. The trees have eyes. This is new. I did not read this one before. This already changed. The trees have eyes. People step under the canopy and vanish. I'll be sticking to the road. Very, very interesting. I'll be waiting around for a bit. That's fine. I'm in no hurry to head back north. Okay, now this one I've seen. That other line, okay, so you have to talk to him a couple times. He's got two different things to say here. Okay, cool. Very, very nice. Yeah, what that is referring to, heading back north. As you can see, West March, that's where he's... So north from West March, of course, which is going to be in this vicinity right here. This will be the new zone that we will be getting. This is the Charvel Wilds. Alright. Which is where these two over here, their coven is going to be mostly about. So yeah, we finally get to get into that, which will also in turn lead eventually into the new class, of which is the Druid, of which we've already known at this point with all the spoilers and everything that's come out. No matter how much they try to play it off and say, oh, we're not going to spoil anything, blah, blah, blah. Well, sorry, but we already know. So anyway, that segues into the roadmap, of course, which you may have already seen elsewhere. If not, here we go. Touch on this very, very quickly, too. All right. Give my thoughts on it as well along the way. As you can see, there's good old Albrecht yet again. I'm going to go into this into a separate video about some of the lore and the backstory here, and my thoughts on it up to date. And because I do have some conflicting thoughts on who Albrecht is in general, but nonetheless, I'm going to save that for something separate. And if you're interested in that, hopefully you are, because I'm a big fan of the lore, big fan of the backstory, always have been, and to that effect, they do a very good job as far as that goes. They've always had a good storyboard crew, and the cinematics for like the original Diablo games on PC, and even this one, they're not too terrible either. But yeah, anyway, I'll save that for but anyway, talking about the roadmap here. New Battleground map is upcoming, so yeah, this is what we're going to expect first. We knew this was coming, so hopefully here some point soon. If not this week, because they haven't really put out anything crazy as far as the patch notes go. They just rehashed the old ones this past Sunday, which is what I was disappointed by, because I thought we were going to be getting patch notes for this week, but they just rehashed the old ones because they already had like future events, that kind of thing. Speaking of future events, however, before I get too far into this, before I get into the roadmap too much, I almost forgot here. Events. We have a new event block. I don't even want to call it event center anymore. It's an event block. I mean, we could refer to it as the new event center. This is the new event center. All right, fine. It only goes up to 840 points this turn, because this one does not run for a full month. The last one did. This one does not. So I find that a little interesting. Unfortunately, it does cut off our rewards a little bit in that sense too, so I guess they're like, okay, no, we're gonna put it here. So yeah, if this is the new bit going forward again, it looks like it's only down to 21 days, so that's kind of odd, but nonetheless, here it is. We also have mixed into it Survivor's Bane, the fan favorite. All right, so get in there, get your stuff. It is Wednesday. These will reset the weekly tasks, the weekly login. Every Wednesday, this thing will operate now on going forward, it seems. So that's how these will continue to flow. And yeah, so Survivor's Bane is back. We'd like to see this as a permanent staple, regardless of whenever they slip it into these events. I still say yes, put it in permanently. Leave it up for us to do whenever we want, right? Seriously, this is a fan favorite amongst the vast majority of people. Just leave it in. Just leave it in. And then, of course, you can have it count towards these particular events whenever you bring it around, like in this case. So only 6 days on this one. Well, 6 days and 8 hours of this recording for this to be active here. And then we have Defense of Sirengar stuff again, which... I don't know. This stuff's pretty easy to do, mind you, even solo, of course, which is what I did the last time myself. Knocked it out very, very quickly. But at the same time... Oh, this one here, the 10-minute one, that sucks. Because it's like, alright, you're just kind of having to grind it out. And I don't know, man. Put something else in place of that one. That one's kind of lame. But anyway. Alright. And Hungry Moon's still in there, of course. Again, this is an update video, so yeah, claim everything that you can, which I've already done. It's going to end in a couple more days, so it has a nice catch-up mechanic in Hungry Moon, which I've always liked. So if you're behind on this stuff and you missed a couple of days, there's a catch-up mechanic to this, which I think they should put in all of the events. But anyway, all right, moving back to the roadmap really quick here. Okay, yeah, there's that one. Let's do the notes first. Finish the notes as we were discussing the new Battleground map. Back to it. Sorry. Kind of jumped. I almost forgot. I didn't want to forget about that. The new event center coming back. The new Battleground map, of course, yeah. Now, this one here, the Grand Market Improvements, which is the in-game market. You'll be able to trade across multiple server clusters. Okay. Now, my idea for this, and hopefully they'll implement that, I don't know. And also, multiple server clusters. I would think this would have to be still... region based. I don't think they will be able to do cross region market selling, because that'd be kind of crazy. If so, that opens up a huge, you know, thing. It's probably still going to be just, you know, global, not the Chinese servers, and global. That'd be even crazier. But I think it's still probably going to be within the bounds of region. So let's just take that for what it is. So let's say all the NA servers, all the EU servers, that kind of thing. But yeah, the pricing, of course, is still slightly different across the board, so that's going to be interesting. And like I said, because of that fact alone, I think they need to have like a drop-down box, to where we can select the individual servers or the server cluster to choose from. Because if the prices are going to still remain different from each other, yeah, I think we should have that option. All right, I think that's how they should develop it, and hopefully they are. I'm not going to hold my breath to that. But hey, devs, if you're listening, or if you have anybody that you know that can send a message to the devs, hey, take this, please. I think this is a good idea. Drop-down box. Select the servers that we want to trade with that way, and done. Done, right? No, you don't have to adjust the prices, because the... players are going to do that per server cluster anyway, and that's why we see the difference in prices in each server. So that would be the only way to do this without causing too much of a mess, because other than that, if they are going to have that and they don't do it that way, I feel like they're going to have to adjust the pricing on everything again, either reset them back to like day one, which is kind of terrible in that sense, or what have you, and then they're really going to have to change, like, you know, the base value on stuff and the maximum price point again, and that's going to be a mess. It's going to be more of a mess than I think they realize. So yeah, put a drop down box in so where we can select the server cluster we want to trade with, and that's it. That's the easiest approach I feel that they could take with this, and hopefully they do. But anyway, and then new class. We can't spoil the secret here. It's Druid. We already know it's Druid. Stop it, okay? Deeply rooted in the epoch of madness. Yeah, it's Druid. Stop. Anyway, there's the roadmap here. Let's see. Later this year, we'll share an updated an updated roadmap with details for July through December. That's why they have the kind of generic corrupted tendril graphic over it, covering. And they kind of showed a little bit more through July through September. They have a better basis, but of course this is going to be a subject to change, as was the last roadmap that we got before. Certain things didn't quite come to fruition around the time that they said they were going to. It happened a little bit later because, you know, they got behind, which, you know, is whatever. That's to be expected. These are usually just like generic baseline formats whenever they put these things up, so do not take them, you know, verbatim as they are. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and blow it up a little bit bigger image here. Okay. Let's see. So for January through March, currently, of course, there's new crafting system, which was the enchant that we got, so that's already been done. The new quest. I forget if we got Diablo. Did we get Diablo in January, February? January? Was it back that far? We actually got the Diablo line. Either way, new quest is what was mentioned there. Or we might be getting one here after this update, which would be great, or the end of this month. So there's still time for them to squeeze in the new storyline update. It's going to be a slow drip, which is also fine. You know, they did this before in the past. They did it in chunks, mind you. So if this one's the same way, cool. That means they have a fair amount of story that they're continuing to pack in here, which is pretty crazy considering this happens between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. So, you know, this feels akin to Star Wars Clone Wars with how they are doing Diablo Immortal as far as the storyline goes. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. New Battleground map, of course, and then the Zone PvP updates. I don't know what I think about this. I don't know when this is going to be implemented. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think it's going to happen with this maintenance this week. We're basically just getting our clocks adjusted in-game again for the daylight savings and that kind of thing. But anyway, so there's that. April through June, new quests, of course. They're gonna another slow drip of the story. New gear, probably going to be essences and set pieces, or maybe just essences. That's my speculation. Honestly, they need to dial in the gear better at this point. They don't need to give us new. Our drop table is filled enough. The grind is filled enough. Rehash, rework, revamp the old ones better, please. Do that instead. And there's the marketplace update, so we're not going to get that right away. It's going to be some time. Again, drop down box, select the server we want to trade with. That's my thoughts on that one. So please take that into consideration. I'd like to see that implemented. That would probably be the best approach. New Helicory bosses, that's kind of a given. We're getting to that point again around that time, so that's to happen. Crossover event, gonna be interesting. Not sure what to expect in this one. World of Warcraft, we've already had. We've had a couple of those actually in various ways. The crossover event, I'm curious to see what it's going to be this next time. I don't know what Blizzard has in their other games going on at that time that might be coming out that they would do a crossover event for. But anyway, there we go. And then, of course, the third anniversary is mixed in there. And then they already said that the July through December stuff is going to be revamped. That's why it's kind of covered up with these corrupted tendrils. So anyway, there's the roadmap and the update to the event center and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to cover this in this video. I will go more in depth on the lore up to where we're at currently in a separate video, because I'm really a big fan of the lore back from OG Diablo days all the way until now, so it gives you an idea. I've been a big fan of that part of the franchise. I just wish that the business side and the development side, they would have, you know, kept to their guns a bit better, which that they have, and not gone so much into the mobile aspect of it, the gross monetary aspects of it. I mean, that's embedded in any mobile game anymore, and that's just par for the course, unfortunately. But I really wish they'd get back. Well, unfortunately, that development team that we've all known from OG Diablo and Diablo 2 are gone, and it shows. It shows from Diablo 3 on. It definitely shows, and we all have our thoughts and opinions on that, I do feel. But anyway, wrapping this up before I ramble too much, because I'm going to save that for another video altogether. So anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world, and fire as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Until next time, see you.